Today we are honored by the presence of a remarkable leader in Mr. K.V. Ramani, the founding chancellor of India's first international university, SAR University. He is a visionary and pioneer in the field of IT, a dedicated philanthropist and a champion for the underprivileged. Mr. Ramani stands as a pioneer in the field of information technology in India, earning the distinction of being India's first IT age entrepreneur. He is celebrated as the visionary who laid the very foundation of the IT sector in our country by setting up two successful IT companies, Future Software and Hughes Software. His remarkable journey began as he embarked on a mission to transform India's technological landscape, championing the cause of innovation and entrepreneurship. He co-founded and served as a chairman of NASSCOM, the apex body for the IT BPM industry in India. He's been honored by the Honorable Prime Minister for creating the brand of a new India as a co-founder of NASSCOM and for his role in providing invaluable leadership and guidance. But Mr. Ramani's legacy isn't confined to the boardrooms and tech parks. He's a true philanthropist at heart with a deep commitment to social causes. He's empowered countless underprivileged individuals by providing them with access to education, medical care, and free meals. His compassionate approach to addressing societal issues has made a profound impact on the lives of many, and his legacy is an inspiration to us all. A man of immense vision, Mr. K.V. Ramani has set his sights on an ambitious goal to see India's higher education institutions rank among the top 100 globally. This vision led him to establish SAR University, an institution committed to providing education of international standards to the young minds of India. Through his tireless efforts, SAR University has become a symbol of excellence in innovation and a testament to his unwavering commitment to shaping the future of education in our country. As the founding chancellor of SAR University, Mr. Ramani continues to be a beacon of inspiration, nurturing the next generation of leaders and innovators. His vision for India's future and his dedication to education through SAR University serve as an inspiration for all of us. Mr. Ramani, the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vikas. Good morning, friends. I'm privileged to be talking to all of you on a bright Saturday morning, and I especially thank all the parents and students who come here on a weekend, despite all your other commitments at home and family and entertainment. So we take the half day of today to enlighten you about SAR University, our vision, our mission, and our directions, what we want to pursue to change India's higher education landscape. So to begin, I would say SAR University is established with a vision to become India's first international university. Now I think this is going to be challenged, very few questions, but before the questions I'll answer myself the statement to prove it to you. That in 75 years of independence, we have no Indian university, including our related institutions, in the top 100 of Times International Ranking or QS ranking. Our leading Indian academic institutions are between 125 and 175, about 10 of them. Most of the others are below 700, and several private universities and colleges are beyond 2,000. In my opinion, this is a pathetic state of higher education. I do understand that soon after independence, our priority was to provide primary education, to increase literacy, to improve healthcare, to provide housing, to all of that I can understand. But somewhere along the line, we lost our road. And we didn't invest enough in higher education. We didn't focus on higher education. So today, most of the higher education institutions are offering the same standard courses which are being offered 25, 30, 40 years ago. Same combination of subjects, same syllabus, same evaluation metrics, most of the time same faculty, and often the same timetable, only the dates are changed. I think this is a major weakness that we have not addressed in our higher education system. Because of that, we find that our youngsters of today, young adults from India entering higher education institutions, are deprived of an opportunity to get world-class education in this country. Because of that, 7 lakh Indian students are going for undergraduate education each year. 7 lakhs. In case you want to know the correctness of my statement, you can look at the answer to the question given by the government in Parliament after the pandemic, when some of our medical students had to return from Europe back to India during the pandemic. You could see that 7 lakh students going abroad each year. And their families are spending an average of 1.2 crores for a 4-year undergrad program. It's about 25 lakhs in fees each year, and about 5 lakhs for residents, 30 lakhs over 4 years, 1.2 crores. In my opinion, it's a colossal national waste of resources. For that money, we could be building 500 universities in each year. Repeat, each year in this country. We could be building a few thousand universities in the next 5 years, 10 years, so that our young adults could stay in this country and get high-quality international education. I do understand that some of them would want to do specialized study in certain areas or do research, and I do understand the need for them to go to specific institutions abroad for a master's and a PhD. But I cannot understand why would someone need to go to a foreign country for undergraduate education when they're in their teens, 16, maybe 17, far away from their families and friends, moving to a society where they're completely alien. They have to adjust to new food habits, new cultures. They have to take care of themselves and study while feeling perhaps deprived of the family support systems. So, thinking deeply about it, I felt the need to create a world-class education institution in India for higher education. And that was the genesis of Sai University. 2018, we were approved as a state-private university by an act of Tamil Nadu government, and we have been recognized by UGC as a state-private university. And as a state-private university, for those who do not know, we have more powers and more independence than deemed universities or autonomous colleges. In the rank of Indian higher education system, the Government of India institutions come on top, followed by Government of State institutions, and then come the state private universities. Then come deemed universities, then come autonomous colleges, then come private colleges affiliated to some university. The reason I'm saying this is because as a state private university, we have been given the autonomy in establishing an institution where we have the freedom to decide on the courses we want to offer. We have the freedom to select the syllabus we want to offer. We have the freedom to appoint the faculty we want to offer. We have the freedom to decide number of seats. We have the freedom to decide on the fees. Only thing is that UGC will inspect us once in 2 years to make sure we maintain a quality for issuing the degree. Otherwise, we are almost like an independent university within the overall higher education framework of this country. So that gives us an enormous amount of flexibility in designing courses and programs for our students. We don't have to go to UGC or a state government or a central government for introducing new courses or new syllabus or number of seats or whatever each year. We can do any program as we like at the beginning of each academic year. So when we decided with this foundation, the Sai University design was created with a view to see that we create an international university, and a lot of careful study, we decided on a design which is a foundation strongly supported by the Chancellor's Office with the Registrar, Chief Academic Administration and Outreach Officer, the Finance Officer, the Director of Projects, HR, all of them, if some provide a strong foundation to the university. And above this foundation stands 5 pillars, which are very important to all of you. The first pillar is governance. I'm glad to tell you we have 18 board of governors in our 2 councils. You can see the website and the brochures that out of the 18 people that we have, they're the who's who of the top people in this country, and all of them have been selected for their contribution to international higher education. For example, Mr. Narayan Murthy is on the board of 4 international universities. Sri Venkatachalaya, former Chief Justice of India, provides guidance to our law school. And so does Mr. Sriram Panchu, Senior Advocate and Mediator. And we can see that we have 4 Padma Vibhushans in our board, 1 Padma Shri. Mr. Mohandas Pai of Manipal was running 3 universities. He is giving us the guidance on how to run and troubleshoot the university in case we have a problem in the early years. Until recently, Professor Kasturirangan, former chairman of ISRO and the author of New Education Policy, was on our board. He is retired recently due to health reasons. Even now, Professor Kasturirangan, Professor Anil Kakotkar, former chairman of Autonomy Commission, is on our board. I can talk about various names: Sunita Reddy, MD of Apollo, Bharti Gupta Ramala, former country head of PricewaterhouseCoopers, Ashank Desai, chairman of Mastech, and Dr. K.P. Krishnan, former IAS officer, who was a PhD in economics. I can talk about each one of them as a stellar board of governors who has experience in higher education in India and abroad. And second come our faculty. As you can again see, our faculty consists of experienced faculty from around the globe who've done PhD higher education abroad, and in many cases who also taught abroad. We also have a certain amount of faculty from Indian Ivy League institutions who contribute to the diversity of our faculty in terms of experience and Indian experience and variety. Third comes a curriculum. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about this curriculum and solve this equation. A curriculum gives us the flexibility as the way we designed it. Is a multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary curriculum. A multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary curriculum means that you could study subject of your choice, in simple terms. You're not bound by traditional silos of higher education offered in other higher education institutions. Just to give you an example, the traditional institutions offer you economics, usually with political science and psychology or statistics. It's a package. You take it or leave it. You don't have a choice of making a change to any of the contents of the program. Whereas we have flexibility in our curriculum, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it after I finish the 5-pillar concept. So the key is in a multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary design, the student gets to choose the subjects they want to study in any school, are subjects of their choice. That is to show that a student doing a biotech major could do subjects in computer science as a minor, and subjects in law as a minor or a audited course. Same goes with other schools. More about it when we talk about this equation. And then we have infrastructure. We have 103 acres of land at Pioneer YMR. And of course, we have 2 academic buildings now. And we are creating more infrastructure as we speak. We have a in-campus residence for the current students. For the new students, we have identified a campus residence, which is just a 20-minute drive away from campus. And each year, we'll be adding more academic buildings and more residences, and students will be moving to campus as and when these buildings are ready. And last but not the least, the 5th pillar are our students. We are not an institution which says we take pride in saying our cutoff is 99% or 100%. If a cutoff is 99% or 100%, I'm not too sure that it talks very highly of the institution, because the students will learn for themselves. But our system of selecting a student has a 5-point basis. One is about their own academic performance in school, 10th and 12th standard. Second is the letter of recommendation from the school or a teacher where they studied, so we know about the student's history and the background. And third is the extracurricular activities of the student and co-curricular activities of the student. We define the personality and the character of the student, not just the marks. And fourth is we have a entrance test for those who have not taken any of the national entrance tests. We have an entrance test that we expect the students to attend. So it gives us an objective evaluation of students' performance. And last but not the least is a 15-20-minute interaction with a member of the admissions team or a faculty team. So this all-round 360-degree feedback of the student gives us a very good idea of the student's capabilities to fit into this unique multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary approach. So that is the difference between Sai University and most of the other universities. Having said that, I'm taking a few minutes to see that we solved this equation. Although it doesn't sound like an equation, it sounds like a question. That what is CS plus X? What is DS plus X? What is CS plus DS? It's just given as an example. It's not the only combination. We could put in more than 100 combinations like this in our board, but there isn't enough space to attract your attention. So we put in a few which would kind of trigger your attention. Primarily, CS plus X means computer science plus another subject. And that another subject could be from any discipline. A student studying computer science at Sai University, for example, doing major in computer science, could do X, which is like economics. Or they could do English literature. Or if they like, they can do psychology. The reason we offer this combination is similar to the combination in the next part, which is DS plus X, which is data science plus X, which is a similar combination. Or computer science and data science, which is a very unique combination as well. The same applies to other courses which are not computer science majors. The same applies to students with psychology major. We could do computer science minor. And we could do economics minor. Those who are doing economics major could do computer science minor. The combinations are endless. And the choice is given to the student to make sure they select subjects of their choice. There's a slight limitation in the law school. We have a 5-year BA LLB program. The BA consists of economics, political science, and psychology, plus, of course, all of the law courses as mandated by Bar Council of India. So we offer all of them, which is necessary to give a BA LLB degree approved by BCI. We are approved by BCI. So we allow them to audit courses in other subjects. So a student who is studying BLLB in Sai University can attend a computer science class or a class in psychology or a class in philosophy or a class in economics of their choice. The whole idea is to see that the students select subjects of their choice to study. In order to facilitate it, in the first year, we admit students in the schools that they want to and their parents want to, but we allow them to go through what is designed as by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Jamshed Bharucha, who was a PhD from Harvard in cognitive neuroscience, and there was 40 years of experience in higher education in the US, has designed these unique courses of foundation programs and frontier programs. The foundation and frontier programs give you the flavor of the university's diversity in academic curriculum, with faculty taking classes from US on 2 days a week from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Professor Sherman from former chairman in Harvard, Professor Mitchell, former chairman of computer science in Stanford, Michael Gazzaniga, and people like that, people who were leaders in their respective field, have been brought together by our Honorable Vice Chancellor to make sure that the students at undergraduate level have even experience that they cannot get in international universities. Because if you go to an undergraduate program in an international university, many of these eminent faculty will not teach undergraduate students. They'll only teach postgraduate or research students. They'll guide research students. So what we're doing here in Foundation and Frontier courses is to give the students a flavor of subjects across disciplines. It could be history, it could be international relations, it could be economics, it could be psychology, and it could be, Constitution of India, political science, it could be many of these other subjects. And the students get a variety of subjects to feel out, like a buffet. And then in the second semester, they actually decide which of these courses they like very much. So after sampling these courses, they decide to take what they feel is good for their career. So they can take unique combinations. Like I said, students have taken biotech major with computer science and law auditing as minor. There are people who have taken computer science courses as major, with minors in economics, minors in data science, and several other combinations. The idea of providing this combination is very simple. That our current generation of young adults are going to be having a working career of at least 40 years. Because most of them I do expect to have a master's, or some of them will do a PhD. It will be 23, 25 by the time they complete their education and get into workforce. And then they will be having a successful career till the age of at least 65. So we're talking about 4 decades of work, 40 years. And we do not know what the future for the next 40 years is going to be. There's no way we can teach them what's going to be the technology required 20 years from now or even 10 years from now. The way AI is changing the world today, the changes for the higher education sector or changes in the job market are going to be unpredictable. So it's impossible for any institution to say, I know what this is going to happen, and train the students towards that discipline or that skill set. So what we do in undergraduate level is a broad enabling of courses. So the student gets to choose the subjects of their choice in undergraduate degree, and then they say, okay, we will do specialized masters or PhD as we progress. But this strong foundation and undergraduate program will allow them to switch their careers as they go along. Our experience tells us that almost every working professional goes through 3 career changes in their life. Very few people start with the discipline in which they start and finish the same discipline. Unless it's a professional degree like a lawyer or a doctor, they often change their disciplines. You take, for example, computer science today, people start with programmers, and then they become senior programmers, team leaders, and then they become managers. At that point of time, the skill set in computer science is mostly forgotten. What is remembered is the skill set in project management and skill set in people management, which is a completely different set from C++ or Java or R or Python or any other letter you can add to your vocabulary, which is a completely different set. From my own experience of over 40 years in IT, I can tell you very much that not many people want to become managers. They say, sir, give us a tech path. You want to be only technical people. You don't want to manage people. So we need to provide an option for people who want to go in the tech stream, or you want to provide an option for people who want to go into managerial stream. Both are necessary. So how do we do this? Corporates expect you to be job ready. When you come for internships, they expect you to have the qualification. Forget about coming for a job. When you go for an internship at the end of second year, they give you maybe a programming quiz. When you go for an internship for a third year, they expect you to be already knowing subjects of the fourth year undergrad degree or a computer science, because it is a very competitive marketplace. We have lots of people in India and fewer opportunities. Therefore, the ones who are better equipped in terms of skills and expertise get to move ahead. And that skill and expertise, the more diversity we have in the skills and expertise, the better it is for the growth of the individual's career prospects. So what we're trying to do is to see that the students have a diversity in subjects of their choice. We're not forcing anything on anybody. And there's no extra fees. There's just one fees per semester and one fees per resident. End of story. There's no examination fee, there's no Xerox copying fee, there is no certification fee, nothing. We just simply to say, cut out the crap. There's no hidden chamber where you have to go and meet some other payments, nothing. Everything is open. So people often ask me, is this model possible to create an international university in India? And then I go back to my own history. In mid-80s, when I started IT sector in this country, we've been to US to promote Indian software. And often the questions were asked to us, where is software in India? We only heard of cows and saints on the roads in India. We still have them, but we also have IT. To a point today, we have such a strong presence in IT sector that if you're starting a software company in the Silicon Valley, where the private equity investors or venture capitalists ask you, what is your relationship with Indian IT companies? Do you have a partnership? You have a JV? You have a tie-up? What's your arrangement? If you don't have one, go and tie up your India's engagement and then come back to us before funding. So it's become a 180-degree shift from being nowhere in the IT map of the world. We become the center of the IT map of the world. So unless we have a partnership with an Indian company, we don't get funding or means to start any company, anywhere. If you take the same OMR, I can tell you without seeming to be boasting, I was instrumental starting the tidal park. This is meant to make those who are having hangover just wake up a little bit on a Saturday morning. Yes, when I was chairman of NASCOM and we found that the entire IT industry is moving to Bangalore, and I approached the state government to say, wouldn't we do something here so I can bring jobs here, and we bring our students and boys and girls to work in Tamil Nadu, then go elsewhere in search of jobs. And the state government said, what do we want? I said, let's provide infrastructure. So they created a joint venture between TITCO and ELCOT. That's how the name Tidal was formed. And I was instrumental in giving the design for that building with architects from the ground floor to the top floor, including 3 electricity feeders, 3 internet service providers on the rooftop, ground floor all services, and offices from 2,000 square feet to 100,000 square feet, the fiber to the curb, every possible combination. On the foundation day, the then Chief Minister, Dr. Karunanidhi, called me to the dais and honored me. And on the inaugural day, I'm happy to tell you, that building was occupied 90%. And again, he asked me to come on the dais. I sit next to him and honored me on the dais. And after that is history. Sirius area has become center of Chennai. Earlier, OMR, you could not have 2 bullock carts pass each other. If one bullock cart was on the road, another one had to go by the side of the road. This is the history of IT in this state, in this country. Now from mid-80s to mid-20s, 2024, now nearly just a little under 40 years, 38 years to be precise, we have become the center of IT community in the world. From zero to wherever we are. $150 billion in exports. And our Prime Minister has requested us to see that a target of $300 billion to be achieved by 2030. As the Chairman, Emeritus of NASCOM, we are working on how to do the strategizing to double our exports from current level to $300 billion in the next 6 years. It's a huge task, but we will try. I can say the same thing has been done in healthcare. In mid-80s, if you had a problem with your heart, if you had the money, you could go abroad for a treatment. If you didn't have the money, you went to the nearest temple and prayed. There are only 2 choices left to you. There is no healthcare of any mention in this country. And today you can see healthcare is such a strong presence in this country, and again, under 40 years, that we're getting patients from all over the world for getting treatment in India. We have several leading hospitals in this city alone, where thousands of people are coming every day for treatment. Same thing has happened in biotech during the recent pandemic. India is only the 2nd country which produced 3 vaccines, although one was a JV with an international company, 2 were produced by Indian companies. So if it's possible to produce these technologies in this country, if it's possible to create such a wonderful space science program in this country, if it's possible to produce such a great nuclear science program in this country, if it's possible to become the world's largest producer of rice, wheat, milk, all in, let's say, less than 50 years. Where are the people feeding these industries? Are they qualified? Are they educated to make sure that we are providing the new India that you want it to be for the future? And that can only be achieved if we solve this equation of providing our youngsters an opportunity to study more than one discipline, a discipline of their choice, and pursue career of their choice, so that they have a successful career and also help towards building a great nation for the future. That is where Sai University is going to contribute to make it happen. And I thank all of you for listening to me and this opportunity to share my thoughts to you.